Morning, morning. We're starting with Lord Espo. There is Lord Espo. That chestnut there. Lord Espo. Morning again. Guys, tell you something. It's very early. The mosquitoes are out. Here is Rainsville. This gray here is Rainsville. Setting off. Guys, look at Blitz Strike going on there with the jockey on top. Wow, looking nice. That's Omar Walker Jr. there, out and one for Danwell Daz. There, Omar Walker Jr. The youngster there. And there is Lord Espo on the finish. That chestnut there in the 4 yellow bandages. And Giovanni Forbes passed on that one there for Gary Crawford that he rode the other and last. Here is Phillip Parchment going down on She's Dallas Love. This morning would have been O'Neill Mullins. He was here. She's Dallas Love there going down. Only one of O'Neill Mullins' favorite horse. My God, bro. Rest in peace. Here is Rainsville. Rainsville on the finish. This one right here is Rainsville. And Rasta is aboard Fearless Force. Rasta on Fearless Force. Finishing up is Fearless Force. Phillip Fiani. There is a galloper coming up. This one was Dick Cardenas. This is a dark bay for trainer Anthony Baba Nunes. There's Dick Cardenas there. Coming up. Let me see which one of Rowan Crichton this one is. Alright, this is Legacy Isles. There goes Legacy Isles, guys. Big loping looking horse. Nice looker is Legacy Isles as well. She's Dallas Love. He's working on the reverse. There is She's Dallas Love with Phillip Parchment working on the reverse. Finishes. Should be turning around, taking its time, and then going back up. So finish right here and might just be walking up back to be handed over to the handler. Donovan Thompson, little dark bay there with Dean Dawkins. There is She's Dallas Love, guys. That's She's Dallas Love. Not the customer O'Neill Mullins this morning. Phillip Parchment is aboard. That's Nuclear Jet there. Nuclear Jet with Rowan Coley. Nuclear Jet with Rowan Coley. On the fence there with Delroy Biari is Supernatural Power. Supernatural Power and Delroy Biari there. On the fence. Hanging to the fence is Supernatural Power. Biari has to be pulling him away. There is a galloper. Oh, this one. This is Kenyatta. That looks to be... You know who these guys? This is the one that works with Salute the Ton, the place face for Gary Sabrati. Yes. The chestnut. Guys, 2 times around. We saw... There is Phillip Parchment. She's Dallas Love. Still out there. After pulling up here, it went back around. Nice. Take a hint and She's Dallas Love and Phillip Parchment. Look out for that one. There is Mineola with Clive Lynch. It's Mineola and Clive there, the red cloud. Jason Acosta. Big Legacy As going home. That is Legacy As going home there. Looking really sharp. Salute the Dan, the chestnut there, finishing up. That one with Carlton Malcolm. We saw the other one pass before. Major Danger going home with Everton Miller. And there is Ride All Day on the inside of the track. Register Rags to the fence. The chestnut, Register Rags, is to the fence. Ride All Day behind Pappy Bailey is on Register Rags. Ride All Day, the customary. Ian Spence. Here is Supernatural Power going home with Groom Bob. This is Supernatural Power. There is Rocket Fire Seb with Everton Stone. That's Rocket Fire Seb right there. And Tony Baba Noon is Ballad Bob Bay with Nicardo Car. Laura Richards brings Bay passing by there with a white bandage. Trainer as on short tick Bay there with Paul Francis. That's a Paul Francis and a tick Bay, and right here is the head cornerstone with Jerry Stewart. This one is the head cornerstone with Jerry Stewart. Right here is Mighty Gully with Dick Cardenas. This one is Mighty Gully with Dick Cardenas. And this grey there to the fence. Ray Phillips grey. Rich Henry aboard there. Ray Phillips grey. Okay, Noble Monarch right here. And Modern Monarch passing by. Napier is on Noble Monarch. Modern and Noble. Trainer Azan, Star Chestnut there. Yes, that's a Star Chestnut for Azan. Here is Shooting Star with gas going down. This one is Shooting Star. Anthony Baba Nunes Ballad Bud Bears here, finishing up with Nicardo Car. Little Bad Bay. Nicardo Car aboard. Little Bimbo. Mighty Gully. Yeah man, I see him. And Dick finishing up. This is Mighty Gully. Dick Cardenas and Mighty Gully. Trainer Freeman to Stripe Bay with Tyrese Anderson there. Here is this chestnut here. Oh, this way. AJ Allen on the Star Chestnut for Trainer Azan. Here is Fun Can Done with Robert Aladdin. This one is Fun Can Done with Robert Aladdin. And on the fence there, which one I call on this and ask that? Modern Monarch. That's Modern Monarch. There, that. Here is F. Williams, the little Bears there with Josh Edwards. F. Williams Bay with Josh Edwards. Here is Rocket Fire Seb on the finish. This one is Rocket Fire Seb on the finish. Here is Mojito with Radish Roman. This is Mojito, Radish Roman. Here is Smoking Tom. This one is Smoking Tom. Mojito in front there with Radish Roman. Here is Toby. This one. Right here is Toby. Super Alex with J. Anderson. This one is Super Alex moving fast there. That's Super Alex. Right here is California Crown with Gavin Harris. This one setting off is California Crown with Gavin Harris. Right here is Pack Plate, Rebel Big Dark Bay, and F. Williams Stripe B passing in the blue to the fence there with Josh Edwards. Here is Unspun going home. This one is Unspun. Sample going home. Here is Whiskey with Tyrese Anderson. This one is Whiskey, Tyrese Anderson, and Whiskey. Here is Fearless Mission with Falkland. And it's Fearless Mission with Falkland. Here is KP Choice with Ochin on the chat. This is KP Choice on the chat with Ochin. And we are going around to one galloping right here with Cantering Lively, Gary Sobrati Body, one front bay horse there with Con Ellis, Light Bay with Con Ellis. Here is Rico with Phillip Parchment, and Mojito with the champion Jockey Radish Roman. Noble Monarch right here with Raman Napier. This is Noble Monarch, Raman Napier. And we are going around to Wayne's Princess with Yeovil Pinnock. This one is Wayne's Princess, Yeovil Pinnock aboard. Passing by going down is Bossman with Omar Walker. Here is the Hot Dancer with Everty Clonis. This is the Hot Dancer with Everty Clonis. Smoking Tom here on the finish. This is Smoking Tom. Gas on Shooting Star. Theophilus Jackson and Smoking Tom right there. We are going around to Anthony Baba Nunes, racer, raced 2 times, that 2-year-old there, running the last 2-year-old race with Nicardo Car. In red and black there is Crafty Zelazine. Crafty Zelazine. Here is Comuna Trees with Andrew Wright. This is Comuna Trees with Andrew Wright. Bossman with Omar Walker. And Baba Nunes Rebel Dark Bay on the fence. And finishing up is Gary Griffith's Dark Bay, dart into the fence there. Gary Griffith's Dark Bay just about going around now. Barrington Bernard, Blacker Starface Bios there with Kerry Gay Robinson. Here is California Crown with Gavin Harris. California Crown there with Gavin Harris. Morning, morning. And here is Phillip Parchment. Rico finishing up. Dane Dawkins to the back. And a little one there with Ricky Dewey. Right here is Fearless Mission with Falkland. This is Fearless Mission. And here is Darwin. This one is Darwin. And going around to H2O with Shane Ellis, racer on the car. Nice looking H2O. Yes, that's H2O. H2O there. Barrington Bernard, Chillum Dark Bay. Anthony Baba Nunes. Girton, Chestnut there with Nicardo Car. 4 Socks Chestnut, Nicardo Car. Here is Bossman on the finish. This is Bossman with Omar Walker. Looking like a boss for real. That's Bossman. Omar Walker. Here is Whiskey finishing up. Kerry Gay Robinson. Oh, Tyrese Anderson. Tyrese Anderson. Here is Kerry Gay now finishing up on the Black Star B there for Barrington Bernard. Barrington Bernard Rider Bay with Dimitri Senior. Here is Interesting Times Ahead with Pappy Bailey. Interesting Times Ahead. Here is Chadwick Goodeye with Robert French. Chestnut there. Right here is Mr. Lee. This is Mr. Lee. Nice winner and last. And right here, there's the little one we show you going up. He's finishing up. We're not sure who he's for. Moving really good though. Here is Chocomo going down. A.J. Allen, Chocomo. And passing. This one with Charlton Riley. For Jason DaCosta. It's the foreigner there that comes down for the multi-mile, the importee. Yes, there he is. Barrington Bernard, Chillam Darby. Right there. Rich Henry. Nicardo Parr and Anthony Baba Nunes, 4 Socks, Girton, Chestnut. There he is. And here is Darwin finishing up. It's Darwin there on the finish. Here is Dancing Aviator with Dane Dawkins. This one is Dancing Aviator with Dane Dawkins. Chocomo there. A.J. Allen setting off. That's Chocomo. Here is one coming up. Hail the Queen. Paul Francis and Hail the Queen. Galloping sweet. It's Hail the Queen. Paul Francis. Hail the Queen. Here is Shanshan with El Spencer. And right here is Crafty Zelazine. To the fence right here is Crafty Zelazine. Dancing Aviator with Dane Dawkins. And behind is Chocomo. Chocomo. And at the back with the Rasta is Inspire Force. That's Inspire Force there. To the back. There is one seems to be coming from out the 5 straight. Trinita Estrella. They won't beat Il Trinita Estrella. F. Williams Chestnut there with Josh Edwards. That's F. Williams Chestnut with Josh Edwards. And this one right here is God's Plan. Carlton Malcolm, God's Plan. This one right here is Cutout. There is Cutout. Here is Siempre Valiente on a nice gallop. That's Siempre Valiente going in front there. Here is Infinity Star. Here is Infinity Star. That wasn't Infinity Star, guys. This is Sack Roadman, importee Bias there with Andrew Wright. This one right there. There is Shanshan galloping past there, going in front. El Spencer, that's Shanshan. And Infinity Star right there on the outside. Robert Pierce, a short bay in the middle in the red. Always right. Going to the fence there. Dane Mackenzie. Right here is Roaring Kitty. This is Roaring Kitty right there. Here is Charming Sound with Everton Miller. This is Charming Sound with Everton Miller. Coming up is Cutout on the fence. This is Cutout. Cutout right there.
This will come on a steady made him name. Him name
Cutout.
Steady made Linton Steadman him name. Him name
Colin Blair. Little Bay. O'Meal Rose.
I see I run the railway line like nothing boy.
Here is Yorkis going there. Passing by Royal Liquid. This one in the blue pants and black top. It's Royal Liquid. Yorkis is the grey going past. Here is Slam Sharp on the fence.
Right away. Uncle see that you know. Yeah. Natural.
Right here is Uplam. Race on the car. That's Uplam right there. Dreamer's Corner with Omar Walker. That's Dreamer's Corner there. Tanwell Dodd, Little Bears with Omar Walker Jr. Dalton Sergio, Bay Philly. This one, the Dalton Sergio, Bay Philly. and Roaring Kitty on the finish. This is Roaring Kitty. And Colin Bear Little Bay finishing up. And Donovan Thompson. Which one of Donovan Thompson is that? That's the racer. Trina Donovan Thompson. Lion Charmer setting off with Ochin. That's Lion Charmer. Setting off with Ochin. Trainer Passard, Gold Chestnut. Kerry Gay Robinson. Peace Baby, Blaze Face, Chestnut there as well. With Phillip Parchment. That's 2 chestnut there. Phillip Parchment to the fence. Kerry Gay on the outside. Here is Omar Walker. Dreamer's Corner. Finishing up with Dreamer's Corner. Omar Walker. Here is Sensational Gift. A little unlevelly Sensational Gift. And here is Maybell with Shane Ellis. This one is Maybell with Shane Ellis. Shayna Al Brown, Big Chestnut here. Michael Cunningham. Rani Bangala with Radish Roman. This is Rani Bangala with Radish Roman. Here is King's Crown with Dane Dawkins. That's King's Crown. Here is Chief in Command with Everton Stone. Rani Bangala setting off. Radish Roman. Rani Bangala. Here is Divine Force. Working on the reverse. Going down is Divine Force. Here is Strong Mind. This one right here is Strong Mind. And here is the Gold Chestnut there. Finishing up. For Trainer Passard. And Chief in Command. Setting off there with Everton Stone. Chief in Command. Trainer Stanberry Little Bay. And Trainer El Calda chestnut there, that big chestnut there. Tenika Wolf in the orange top. Here is Lion Charmer. This one finishing up is Lion Charmer with Ochin. This one is Lion Charmer. Here is Rani Bangala with Radish Roman and King's Crown with Dane Dawkins.
Omar, the one there.
There on the fence is Solo Black. That's Solo Black right there. And behind is Hit and Run with Papi Bailey. Hit and Run to the back with Papi Bailey. Solo Black in front. Here is Gervana going down with Gavin Harris. That's Gervano with Gavin Harris aboard going down. Riley J in the red bandages here. Riley. And on the fence, Trainer Calder, big chestnut there. Cantering nice with Tenika Wolf. Yes, nice long strides. Trainer Calder, a nice chestnut there. Here is Strong Mind passing by Teflon there. So Teflon on the outside, Strong Mind on the inside. East Stanberry, Little Bay passing by. Rowan Coley and Dimitri P with Black Juice. Go into the middle there. Okoria Warrior there, coming from out the straight in blinkers. Nikado car. This one here giving Dick some jumping up. Yes, he's trying to throw off Dick. Dick held on. Passing by there is Prince Roy. Here is Gervano. This is Gervano and Gavin Harris. Yes, that's the big horse, Gervano. In the middle of the track there. Yes, going in front right there. This one is Positive ID. Robin Chestnut Colt, Anthony Baba Nunes, Rush Lewis. Here is March and Shoot, Richie Shakes. This one is March and Shoot with Richie Shakes. Here is Sir Wang Dan going down.
Black Spider. Yeah,
with Paul Francis, Sir Wang Dan.
a Black Spider wants me.
Mm-hmm.
It can't matter.
Trainer Passad, 4 socks, imported that be there. Byron Davis, 2 back. Yes, there. Hmm? Here is Gervano. This is Gervano here. Gavin Harris finishing up with Gervano. Yeah, man, me I give him tapping him and he not take it. Gervano. Here is Black Spider. This one right here is Black Spider. Here is Positive
Jockey,
ID.
everybody.
Finishing up. Looking good is Positive ID.
King Pie.
Right here is King Pie.
Miss Blue.
This one is King Pie. And behind is Miss Brayton with Chadwick Budai. This is Miss Brayton right here. Chadwick Budai. Byron Davis, 2 back. Bias there. Dimitri Senior. March and Shoot here. Richie Shakes. Trainer Michael Marlowe. March and Shoot. Marching. Big and heavy. Paul Francis here. Sir Wang Dan. Peerless Soul. Delroy Biari. Sir Wang Dan to the back. Here is Black Spider finishing up. Rataj Marware and Black Spider there. This one is You're My Sweetie with Carlton Malcolm. This chestnut, You're My Sweetie. This one is Amazing Force with Kerry G. Robinson. Here is Captain Sparrow. This one setting up is Captain Sparrow. With the little apprentice, he's aboard Captain Sparrow. Here is Sashan right here. This one, Sashan. Fred the Master with Charlton Riley. This is Fred the Master. Yes, looking nice. It's Fred the Master. Richie Robertson, Fred the Master. Sack Roman Foreigner there with Shane Ellis. Byron Davis, 2 back bay, catching up to him. This one is Senior Biscotti to the back. Here is King Pie. Yes. Finishing up is King Pie. African Beauty with Josh Edwards. And going around to Rambly Foreigner there. Have a close-up look at that one. That number 10 going home in front there with the yellow bandages. Gary Griffiths, little grass. Gary Griffiths, little gray. Here is Woman in Love and Captain Sparrow on the inside. On the inside there is Captain Sparrow. On the outside is Woman in Love. You're My Sweetie here on the finish. This chestnut with Carlton Malcolm is You're My Sweetie. Right here is Big LA working on the reverse. This is Big LA race on the card. And here is Sir Wang Dan on the finish with Paul Francis. And we were waiting to finish with Sir Wang Dan. So have a great day now, guys. One love. Continue to be safe. Be good. All the best. Bye-bye.